Hello, collective. Gonna get a collective read. I'm feeling really heavy, like, decision-making energies lately. Not just for myself, but for a lot of the collective, I believe. Lots of choice energy. Pressure. Pressure. Oh, speak of the devil. Whoa, choices, choices, choices. Okay. King of Wands. What else, Spirit? What do we got for the collective? What do we got? Okay. King of Wands and double reverse. Alright, somebody in a higher up position is attempting to make an unpopular decision here. Okay. Six of Cups reversed and the Nine of Pentacles. Alright, somebody might be having to move past their nostalgia to make a better independent decision. Also moving past obsession or fear-based thinking. Yeah. Yeah. You're no longer watching things that you did before. You're no longer... Oh, wow. Okay. Some of you might have been watching moon phases really real closely for a minute there. You might have been dealing with a mediator, or perhaps trying to talk to a spiritual leader. I think you're no longer doing that. I think you're more or less following your own energy. Like that may have been like a religious background that you were going to. Like, okay, if you're going through stuff, then it's time to separate from that. I don't really view the King of Wands as a super religious figure here, though, but okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. This person might have been asking for too many details. This mediator might have wanted to like plot and plan. They may have known more information than what you gave them. I think this mediator is encouraging you to not seek out vengeance for certain things. They're encouraging you not to use your social media to settle instead of following sequential steps. Load. Focus on this person's intent and not their content, okay? Yep. Because at the end of the day, like the moon, y'all need to be watching the moon, I'll tell you that. I think you've stopped watching it. You need to. You definitely need to. Because at this point, you're just wanting things to be done. Like, you're focusing more on completion. Getting back to your solitude. Trying to find the truth about things and claim your own independence, your own abundance. You're relying more on your intuition versus someone else's feelings or someone else's sensitivity to certain things. Yeah. Alright, what else we got, Spirit? That's a lot. Love's trying to pop out in the reverse. Maybe somebody fell out of love with somebody else. Maybe this is a divorce mediator, perhaps. It says go. Spirit says go. Green light. Fucking green light. If somebody's making a decision to move out of their hometown, that is definitely encouraged at this point. You're being green lighted by Spirit. Some of you might need to drink some tea. Or for those of you who are marijuana friendly, y'all might need to smoke to find some calm, some clarity. Yeah. Some of you just plain and simply need to focus on your chakras. Like, you need to focus on your chakra roots. I shouldn't say roots because a root chakra isn't. Yeah. Some of you need to focus on your kids. Some of your kids might be having birthdays, years trying to come out here. Yep. Somebody might be evil eyeing you because you're self-made. Those are both trying to pop out there too. Focus on releasing yourself from chains, okay? Any type of addiction or any type of holdback that you have towards seeking. Yeah. I feel like you should be saying hell no to the devil at this point, okay? Like, I feel like you're sitting in a higher up position at this point, but I feel like you know that there's unpopular decisions to be made. And if you're wanting to move something, you need to. I don't care if that's moving bedrooms, or if that's moving to another town, or if that's moving the child to the other parent so that you might seek out that Nine of Pentacles energy, then that's what it is. I feel like there's a genetic tie here that strains you. Genetic chains, man. Hereditary chains. I feel like in the past you have sought out spirituality. You have just sought out ways to find clarity. Especially if you went through religious reprieves or different type, maybe looking for different types of faith at this point too. Different types of support. I feel that's what I'm sorry. That's what I'm feeling. Like it's not technically here in the cards, but I really feel like somebody's just looking for that sense of support, the sense of support that they need. But at this point, you're kind of wanting to stay by yourself because you feel like people are nosy as fuck. They always want to give you content instead of intent. Like you're not trying to be vindictive. You just want to be by yourself. Like you want to rely on your own wisdom and your. I mean, some of you could have clear gifts or psychic abilities. Some of you could read tarot. At this point, you're super anxious about what decision to make. Feel like going is the important part of it. Some of you may need to do some like kitchen witchery here. Do yourself a favor and get on Google and look up what herbs encourage look up what herbs encourage certain things. Like there's excuse me, there's herbs that encourage wisdom, there's herbs that encourage prosperity, fertility, wisdom, insight. Some of them enhance your occult abilities. If some of you are using some of those to try to make a clarified decision, I do feel like your intuition is very important to you. So at this point, I feel like you should follow your gut regardless of what anybody else is offering you at this point. Like, you know what it's going to take to make you financially sound. And I do think that's walking away from some stuff here that's making you nostalgic. Yeah, see, Six of Swords coming out. You need to move to safer water, okay? Why, Spirit? Load? Because somebody was emotionally distant, made somebody become, they harvested on their own instead of as with a partner. It was a hard-fought battle, but somebody's ready to go, man. Somebody's ready to go, but they're not fucking going. Like, it's too much weight for you to hold. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups reversed. Like, somebody is really struggling to hold on to the path that they've built for themselves here. Like, somebody's really, really struggling to hold on to it right now. I think at this point you need to just find yourself in safer waters and focus on the present. Okay? Yeah. Focus on the present because your past is going to come back to haunt you here. Five of Cups, okay? Whether that be physically or mentally. I'm going to guess that this is probably emotionally. I feel like emotionally your past is coming back to haunt you. This, with that generational ties, this could be like if somebody here is going through marital issues with children. This could be like your parents got divorced and you never got to see the other parent, and that's your fear here, is that your kids won't see you or that the other partner won't see your children. That's a generational tie, okay? You got to get past that. Where there's a will, there's a way. If there's a way for you guys to make a custodial arrangement so that it's fair for everybody, then do so. Follow those sequential steps, man. Follow those sequential steps, yeah. Don't argue, man. See that? Five of Swords. Don't argue. If Spirit is telling you that things you have done in your past have not led you towards your happiness, like if you've taken on more burdens than you could carry, if you're that person that always comes to somebody's rescue, that you never walk away from them, like you pretty much let this person walk all over you, that's your past coming back to haunt you, okay? Maybe that's something that your parents or your grandparents did where they let their partner just walk all over them, okay? That could be it. Stand in your worth. Be humane about it. I mean, the humanitarian life path 9. We pulled number 9. That is my personal life path, actually. So, okay. So with the number 9, you could be a Virgo, or this could be dealing with a Virgo, but I think at this point you're seeking solitude. You're trying to resort more on your intuition, your psychic abilities, your own personal wisdom, your own personal truths about things. You want abundance. You want to be persistent about making this fair for everybody. Like you want the truth brought to light. I feel like you're being very caring. Maybe more caring than you need to be at this point. I'm going to need you to come up out your feelings. Come up out your feelings. Okay? Because right now, whatever party you're dealing with is emotionless at this point. Like, I almost want to feel like they're targeting you, to be honest with you. Like, they're going to target everything they can to try to hit you in your heart space. So you need to remove yourself from your heart space is what I'm thinking. You need to get out of the past. I feel like you need to, okay, so like if you're living with this person, then you need to seek a safe place to fucking go so that you're allowed to live in the present and you can evaluate your past and move forward from it without having to fight. Maybe it's their past that's coming to haunt, you know? Maybe it's their generational ties that are coming back. Maybe they're the ones seeking the new spirituality or trying to develop their clair gifts. Whether that be you or them, you can flip the roles as needed. Energy is fluid, guys, so if this is not you, this could be your partner. I feel like there is kids involved here in some way, shape, or form, okay? You might have been chained to this person for years. They may be completely against spirituality, perhaps. Like maybe they're even using that as an argument is of the fact that you're spiritual. You either don't see it coming or you're not paying attention to it, I can tell you that. But I'm telling you, you're not following the sequential steps it takes to do so. So, like, if this person's trying to mediate and you're not liking the mediator, you're not liking the circumstance, man, walk out. Walk out and go see the judge. The only person that can truly change the circumstances of a court case is the judge. The only one that can make the final call, sign the damn paperwork, is the judge, not the fucking mediator. And don't make that mistake. I've made that mistake personally in the past. Many, many, many situations where I literally should have just walked out of the room, because at the end of the day, if you're paying for the services provided, then they should be good services. They shouldn't be dictated by another person or another party. And if they are, then by all means, take it and leave it to the judge. Most mediated circumstances are meant to make things more fair for the person that fucked up. Just like, you know, criminals go to court for what? To be offered a plea bargain. Okay? Let's just be realistic here. Like, there's a lot of things that go on that aren't fair specifically to people who are being victimized. And if you're allowing yourself to be victimized because of your past, Spirit says, go. Go. Put your ass in safer waters. Put your kids in safer waters. Put everything that involves your interest at this point needs to be taken to a safer, guided place at this point. Could be a person coming in to put you there. It was a Six of Swords. Maybe somebody's been trying to guide you to safer waters, and it's time to actually fucking listen to them. If and when you do leave, at that point, I think is when the other person is going to become emotionless and maybe even vindictive. Don't entertain that energy, okay? Ingwar, male fertility, gestation, internal growth, common virtues, common sense, simple strengths, family, love, caring, human warmth, and home. Yeah. Your family may be coming in to guide you to safer waters. Okay? These mediators might be encouraging you to use your common sense or find simple strengths in things. I feel like you need to. Spirit's advice is move where you feel is home. Where do you feel safe? Like you focus on your past, but if you're going back to say like, okay, so let's say like you move back to your parents' house for sanctuary, you know what I mean? But if your parents are constantly encouraging you to be vindictive or to, you know, not let the other parent see the kid, like that's not really a positive energy to be at. Unless there's like, now don't get me wrong, if this person is severely abusive or this person is completely weirdo out of it and like you know for a fact your kids are not going to be safe, then by all means, this is not your fucking reading, boo-boo. But if this is a person that is just purely fighting the urge to change because they're scared of what's going to happen, or because they're so attached to a person that they're terrified to move on, I am not speaking to a party where there was abuse. Like, it may have been emotionally distant. Both partners may have disconnected at this point, but I have seen nothing in this reading so far that issues abuse. Okay? If you're being abused in a situation or your children are being abused in a situation, you should never ever be tolerant of that. And I definitely encourage getting legal advice about that. But that is not the party I'm talking to. The party I am talking to went through some rough times. This has been a hard partnership. I feel like you feel chained to it. Maybe that's because your your families, maybe these are people you've been with in the past. Like maybe you guys like grew up together, were high school sweethearts, and got married. Could be an Aries you're dealing with, or you could be the Aries trying to focus on the present. Yeah. You're trying to focus on the present. You're not trying to fight or argue. At the end of, listen, that's an Ace of Wands, okay? Don't try to be in charge. Don't try to be the boss. Don't dictate to this person. If you just focus on the present and what you need to be happy and don't fight, don't be competitive with this person. They may want to be because, I mean, shit, that is an Aries, you know what I mean? They may want to be competitive. It very well could be. Don't compete with them. It's that simple. Specifically, if you have older children with this person that you're debating over, just know that at the end of the day, all darkness comes to the light, okay? Yeah, see? Somebody could be getting over sickness. Maybe you were sick for a while, or they were. If that's the case, somebody's about to get better. If you're fighting with somebody over a kid being sick, the kid's about to get better. Yeah. You got a new beginning coming. If you can focus on your present energies and what truly makes you joyful, happy, and gleeful at this point, your child, what puts you in your childlike energy, I feel like you're going to be in a much better off circumstance at this point. It will not leave you competing. I think you're scared to end the cycle. Yeah. I think you're delaying ending the cycle because of your kids. Man. feel like some of you, oh, excuse me, some of you really need to take some time for yourself, okay? Some of you really need to take that time. Go hang out in nature, okay? Hang upside down in the tree for a minute. Let your perspectives change, because at this point you're holding on to something so fucking tight that it's gonna like literally squeeze right out of your arms and hit you right in the face. Stop clinging. Quit clinging to the past. Quit trying to compete with everybody. Stop settling. Okay, this is the sun reversed. You want it this way. You want it this way. You want your kids riding horses out in the middle of a field, carrying the victory flag, happy as can be? Then you gotta flip it, man. You gotta flip it. You gotta gain those new perspectives. You gotta stop competing with this other parent. You gotta end the bullshit cycle of trying to be their boss. You gotta focus on the present. And if you can do all of that, your beginning's coming. You got a whole Ace of Wands here, a creative new start. Wonderful. I feel like you need to focus on what feels home to you, what feels loving to you, what feels humane to you. Use your common sense and your intuition to decide what is the best choice for you and these children at this point. I would not be too focused on what this mediator's, on what this current mediation is dealing with. Like, if you're just deciding, well, okay, who's going to get the house? Or, well, who's going to take the kids full time? I would definitely not be focusing on what other people or outside sources, outside opinions have to do with that. That includes this other person's family, even if you're attached to them. That includes your family. Don't listen to what other people say. You know what works best for you and your kids in the situation at hand. Follow your intuition and be guided, not guarded. Guided, not guarded. I'm going to pull a couple more. What about the kids? Kids spirit. Oh, the fucking blank card. I'm blocked. Okay. I gotta try to pull for him, guys, but that's a blocked energy. Okay. I'm gonna pull one for the outside source. What is the outside source, Spirit? What is the outside source influencing these? Knight of Cups. This person could be treating it like it's a battle. They could have money, deep pockets. This person could be single or a widow. They're very guarded and they're very greedy. Whatever this outside source is, they are not. I would also just kind of, what is that, Knight of Cups reversed? Yeah. This person strains for their emotions. They're very good at just throwing them in the bucket, okay? Don't let those outside sources get at you. This reading resonated for you. You know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about right here. You know who this person is. Alright, guys. Let's get one more for advice besides Ingmar. I want to get one more for advice here. One more for advice here. Advice for this. Ooh. Okay. We got 3. To us, not Eastern through us. That's interesting. Oh, well. Okay. Honor, justice, leadership, and authority. Analyze rationality, knowing where one's true strengths lie. Willingness to self-sacrifice. Not East. Delays, restrictions. Resistance leading to strength. Innovation, need by or self-reliance, distress, confusion, conflict, and the power of will to overcome them. Reactive force, directed force of destruction and defense, conflict, intellectual will, vital eroticism, regenerative catalyst, a tendency toward change. Because they came out in a 3, I'm going to say this is past, present, and future. Okay? So in the past, you wanted to be the leader, authority. relying on your own strength, sacrificing stuff to do with yourself, okay? Currently, you're experiencing delays, restrictions, resistance, distress, conflict, okay? You have a need currently. And in the future, we're going to be, I feel like I said, this person's going to try to dig at your emotions, okay? Forewarned is forearmed. I feel like there's going to be reactive forces, directed force of destruction and defense, conflict, instinctual will, vital eroticism, regenerative catalyst, a tendency toward change. Okay? Don't repeat the fucking cycle with this person. Cut it where it stands. Don't give them attention for being attention seeking. Just cut it off. It's Thor's hammer. You know what I mean? You need to regenerate yourself. Make yourself a catalyst to change at this point. Don't take the tendencies to remain the same. Take that tendency towards change. Don't be reactive. When this person comes at your emotions, don't be reactive. That's my advice to you also. Alright, that is what Spirit has for you, collective. If this resonated for you, please hit the like. Feel free to share, subscribe, or comments. I am offering personal readings. Information is in the description box up below. I appreciate your love and light, and I wish y'all peace and prosperity.